Hello everyone, for those of you who are celebrating the Chinese New Year, I want to wish all of you an even more joyous, even more prosperous New Year ahead of you. And today, I'm tasked to talk about this concept or this idea called how you do anything is how you do everything. How you do anything is how you do everything. So I first heard of this idea or this concept many years ago in a seminar called Millionaire Mind Intensive, and the speaker at that time was T. Harv Eker. When I first heard about this idea, which he repeated many times over the seminar, I did not buy into it. In fact, I rejected it, I objected to it. I just couldn't accept it. My wife, Kathleen, who was attending that with me, got it right away. So I did not get it, right? It wasn't until a couple of years later when I realized how impactful and powerful this idea. How could it be? How could it be that how you do anything is how you do everything? You know, how could you say that the way I brush my teeth is the way I invest? How could you say that the way I fry my eggs in the morning is the way I manage my projects? How could that be? So I want to give you this example or experience that I had a couple of years after that event, after I learned about that concept, right? There was one time I visited my dentist to have my teeth removed. In fact, at this moment, I have lost 2 of my wisdom teeth, right? So I have a blank spot here. And so that time, after the dentist removed my wisdom tooth, he said to me, Mr. Teo, I don't think you're brushing your teeth correctly and properly. And at that time, I was kind of triggered. I was like, what do you mean? I always do stuff properly. What do you mean that I don't brush my teeth properly? And so he asked, Mr. Teo, how long do you brush your teeth for every morning? I said, well, probably 20 seconds, sometime less. Isn't that sufficient? And he said, no, Mr. Teo, to brush your teeth properly, you need at least 2 minutes. 2 minutes. If you are doing anything less than that, I can bet that you're not brushing your teeth properly. So I was taken aback, and after listening to his explanation on what we are supposed to do to take care of our oral health, I realized that yes, I have undermined the process of brushing my teeth, and that's probably why I got a few tooth decay at that point of time. So what I realized from that is that sometimes I take little things like that for granted, right? Brushing teeth, and it's a boring process, something that I just want to get it over and done with, so that I can get on with the more important things in life, right? But then I realized that if it wasn't done properly, then there is a consequence that I have to bear. And the reason I did not do it properly is because I have this perception that brushing teeth is something that is mundane, boring, and not important. And that incident actually helped me to realize that there are a lot of little things in life that I have taken for granted as well. Little things which, if not done properly, could lead to dire consequences. So from then on, I adopted this belief that anything that is worth doing is worth doing well. So I started to look at the little things I do and make sure I do them properly so that I get the outcome that I want. And so let me add on another perspective in a more scientific manner, all right? So if I were to ask you, how many decisions do you think normal adult human beings make in a day? How many decisions do you make in a day, you think? You may think, well, maybe 7, 10, 12, hundreds. If you Google it up, you will see that there's researchers that believe an adult human being will make about 35,000 decisions in a day. Wow, that is a huge number, isn't it? But if you think about it, let's say from the moment you wake up, the alarm clock is triggered, it's ringing, what do? You have a decision to make. That is probably your first decision of the day, whether to wake up immediately or to press the snooze button, right? And then after that, when the alarm clock rings again, if you snooze it earlier, then there's a second decision to make. Do you snooze it again or do you wake up? And then what happens after you? Do you pick up your phone? Do you decide to pick up your phone, or do you decide to do something else? If you pick up your phone, then you have to make a decision whether you want to look at your social media page and start scrolling down. And then after you look at the first post on your social media, you have to decide, do you continue with the second post and keep scrolling? And there goes probably more than 10 decisions already, right, in a day. You can see how it adds up to 35,000. Alright, so now what's the point here? The point here is every of those little decisions that we make it according to our beliefs and what we value, right? And 35,000 is a very overwhelming number, right? You will go crazy if you have to consciously think about 35,000 decisions in a day. So what we do as a normal human being is try all this and do it subconsciously, right? So a lot of these decisions are made subconsciously based on the conditioned values and beliefs that we have in our system. And therefore, we don't realize that we are making decisions. But every decision that we make is made according to what we value, what we believe, and how we are conditioned, right, in a few contexts. Which means to say, the way we do something actually reflects on how we do everything, because we operate from the same operating system unless we do something to change it. Now, I hope you get the reason why you do anything is how you do everything, because in our operating system, we will continue to operate the same way in every single decisions, although the context can be different, but by and large, we operate based on the same operating system, on the same set of values and beliefs, and so on. Therefore, the way we do the little things can reflect upon how we do the big things as well. And that is why when we conduct the Master Trader Bootcamp, we organize a lot of games and activities that seems to be unrelated to the stock market. So sometimes we have students who ask us before they attend the bootcamp, they ask, how would that help me as an investor and a trader? Well, it is exactly based on this principle. How you do anything is how you do everything, because the way you play the games, the way you conduct yourself in the activities will help you to reflect on the way you will behave and the way you will react and respond in the stock market as well, because your response, your reaction, your behavior is based on what you value, what you believe, and a few other factors that is already conditioned within you. So, main point is that we can use any decisions that we make, small or big, to reflect upon how we make other decisions in our life. So, how you do anything is how you do everything. Alright, so I hope that this concept or this idea will help you to find new breakthroughs, whether it's about your health, finances, your career, or relationship, or anything in your life that you want to make it even better in this year. Alright, so one last thing I want to share with you is this verse from the Bible, Luke chapter 16 verse 10, which says that one who is faithful in little is faithful in much. Right? One who is faithful in little is faithful in much. What it means is that when we have the discipline and commitment to do the little things well, to make sure that we don't take little things for granted and we always do it with commitment, then we will be able to do the big things as well. Alright, once again, I hope you have benefited. Please remember to click like or click subscribe, depending on which platform you are watching this video in. And I hope to share more with you in the future. Take care for now.